A young boy sat by the riverbank, his small hands gripping a smooth stone, his eyes clouded with frustration. He had been betrayed, or at least that's how it felt. His best friend had broken a promise, and the sting of disappointment weighed heavily on his heart. He squeezed the stone in his palm, his jaw tightening. Why do people hurt others? Why does anger feel so strong? His grandfather, a kind old man with wise, gentle eyes, sat beside him without a word. He watched the water flow, soft, steady, and unbothered by the rocks in its path. After a moment, he spoke in his calm, steady voice. "You know, my boy, inside every person, there are two wolves, and they are always fighting." The boy turned to him, confused. "Two wolves?" His grandfather nodded, smiling faintly. "Yes, one wolf is full of anger, jealousy, blame, and excuses. It growls at the world, feeding on resentment, always looking for someone else to blame." The boy felt a pang in his chest. "That sounds like me right now." The old man continued, "The other wolf is different. It is full of strength, honesty, courage, and kindness. It does not waste its energy in anger. Instead, it learns, grows, and takes responsibility." The boy tilted his head, curiosity softening his frustration. He could almost see them, the two wolves inside him, circling each other, one snarling in rage, the other standing firm with quiet confidence. He thought for a moment, then asked, "Which wolf wins?" His grandfather chuckled, the warmth of his voice melting the tension in the air. He placed a gentle hand on the boy's shoulder and said, "The one you feed." The boy stared at the river, watching as the water carried leaves effortlessly downstream. It didn't fight the flow. It simply moved forward. He suddenly understood. Each time he replayed the betrayal in his mind, every moment he let anger build, he was feeding the first wolf, making it stronger. But if he chose to let go, to learn from the pain instead of holding on to it, he would be feeding the second wolf, the one that would make him wiser, kinder, and stronger. The boy took a deep breath, loosening his grip on the stone. With a quiet plop, he tossed it into the river and watched the ripples spread. Then, just as quickly as they appeared, they disappeared. The water returned to stillness. And in that moment, he knew. He smiled softly, looking up at his grandfather. "I think I know which wolf I want to feed." The old man nodded. "Good, because that choice will shape the person you become." The boy looked at the setting sun, feeling lighter than before. The battle inside him was not over. But now, he knew he had the power to choose. And that made all the difference.